the Department of Urban Planning and Urban and Fiscal Planning. And the reason has been the municipality had not opened up a bank account. And I'm happy to report that that has been done. And therefore, the resources that we have in this financial year and in the coming financial year are going to be transferred to the municipality to make them fully operational. Now, as regards to the issue of equipment, transferring the equipment from the county to the municipality, as regards to the vehicles, the process is being undertaken, and we have given evidence that is the NTSA that is now finalizing to transfer. But as regards the other property, like for land, infrastructure, and so on, we still have a problem because this has not been fully transferred to the county government by the intergovernmental technical committee. That coordinates the relationship between the national government we as a government, we want the municipality to be independent and self-sustaining, but I also want it's not a process that is going to have. So let me end there for now. Thank you.
Maybe I'll open up for members.
Chair, I thought you had told him also to mention the other municipality, Nambale. Is it Nambale, or so that we look at them together?
I think there is only one municipality.
Well, we have only one municipality, but already we have completed the process of giving charters to other two municipalities. That is Luanda municipality and Kaimosi municipality. But they will be receiving their charters this year.
Maybe, Governor, you can tell us about two more things which I didn't hear. The boards. Are the boards in place for this municipality, and the transfer of services? Has it been gazetted?
Yes, the board is in place, and I have the chair of the board is with me, and the services have been transferred and gazetted. We have done that.
Honorable members, any comment or questions? Senator Mbugwa?
Maybe, Governor, there's some clarification I would want from you. This account which is being opened, and you say that you are transferring some funds, is it the same account where the revenue corrected within the municipality will be wired? And on the same issue of funds, I think you would have done this committee a favor if you had given us your budget and you told us maybe in this financial year how much is the municipality going to get. And maybe on the same, you would have told us whether what you are doing with the staff. Are you planning to have a separate payroll for the municipality, because we are looking towards full autonomy of the municipality?
Yes, it is true that we eventually want the municipality to have their own payroll and to have their own autonomy. But for now, we still handling that through the county government. But Chair, allow me, I have with me here the CEO in charge of finance. He should be able to elaborate on the amount that we have set aside, but I'm aware it's about 79 million. But let him be able to elaborate. I also have the chief officer in charge of budget, who is doing the budgeting, who can also elaborate on that.
So, James, you can respond to.
Thank you, Chair. The specific figure, as the Governor has mentioned, yes, we have a vote under the Department of Physical Planning for funds meant to support the municipality. So I think we have a figure that the Chief Officer for Urban Planning has. I don't have the specific figure, but what I can confirm, we have received an application and we are processing to create a separate vote so that when we are budgeting, we'll have a separate budget for the municipality. And that will take effect from the next financial year, FY 2026-27. But indeed, I can confirm there are funds and the specific figure with the Chief Officer for Urban Planning. Thank you.
Any other issue, honorable members, on that? Senator Eddie Okech, you have become an expert in matters to do with municipalities and the relevant laws, that is the Urban Areas and Cities Act. I would like you to say something about the matter of independence of the municipalities.
Chair, thank you. Although your governor is also very, very vast with this, I think we've shared a number of times in different platforms. But I think what we've been stressing in this committee, Governor, is that we see governors appearing here and try to indicate that there's a jostle and a battle between municipalities and county governments on this question of making them autonomous, especially operational and financial autonomy. Because where there's fiduciary autonomy, then it means that governors start feeling like municipalities are another different arm of government. So what I would want to emphasize is that the Constitution that establishes the function of municipality, I think under Article 176, if I'm not wrong, legal. I'm asking, is that article? Yeah, I think it's Article 176 or something. Yeah, but then that read together with the Urban Areas and Cities Act, which is, if you look at Part 3, which talks about governance and governing principles of municipalities, it emphasizes that municipalities are actually not another layer of government. There are only two layers of government that are recognized in the Constitution, which is national and county. Now, here's where the problem comes. Number one, the municipalities are established by you as the executive. It is you who gazettes them. On what basis do you gazette a municipality? If you read that part, the basis is on efficiency and effectiveness delivery of a particular service. How do you do that? You must make sure that you identify functions in the county government that would be able to achieve those services. And then you delegate those functions to the municipality with a framework that this delegation, the municipality can run in terms of financial autonomy and in terms of operational autonomy. But then the Constitution and that Act says that the relationship is an agency relationship, meaning that it gives you the power to establish that relationship, that I am delegating to you these functions and giving you the power to perhaps collect revenue of this angle, and then you even come with a formula of sharing that revenue. Maybe for that particular function, it could be that this municipality can be able to collect this projection revenue, so 30% will come to the county government and 70% to run your autonomous operations. And vice versa, it could be any number. But this excuse that if you give the municipality autonomy, then they become another government, is not there. It's just that you need to be very clear on that agency relationship. Once you establish that, then you'll be comfortable to allow them to run independently. And that's why, if you read, I think, Section 40 of that Act, it gives the fiduciary autonomy and the power to the board of the municipalities, not even the the administrator who is the CEO type, it gives the board the power to prepare financial statements because it recognizes that agency relationship. So that's what I wanted to emphasize.
Yes, you see the point is that municipalities are not taking over from counties, from the county government. It's just an agency of the county government. We emphasize that because we have seen many counties are reluctant to implement the Urban Areas and Cities Act because of the feeling that the municipalities are taking over what the executive should be doing. I think that agency relationship must be understood. And we have said as a committee that we will be organizing a joint retreat with the Council of Governors to try and explain this relationship so that our counties can appreciate the space that municipalities play in devolution. So, Governor, maybe outside the agenda of this meeting, I would like to have an advantage as a Senator of Vihiga to know the status of the other municipalities that you are implementing. That's Luanda and Cheptulo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, first allow me to appreciate what Senator Eddie has given us. I think you have put it very clear, and the Chair is here. And I like what you have said, that this is an agent. It's an agency. It's not independent. And you remember, Chair, that's what I had initially when we had Amatsi, when I came in as a governor. I thought it was complete autonomous and it was not part of government. Until when we came here is when we learned that. So I think I appreciate that clarification. Senator, I want to inform the committee that we engaged in a process of declaring 2 urban areas to municipality, that is Luanda, which before devolution was a town council municipality. And then we have also embarked on Kaimosi Cheptur, where we have the Kaimosi University, and the town is growing very fast. So we have initiated the process, and up to now, the Assembly has given its okay that we can go ahead and declare them as municipalities. So as I'm talking now, we've just finalized the charters for Luanda and Kaimos Cheptur, and we are going through the charters. Once they are approved through public participation, then I'll be able to follow the process of now nominating the board members for those 2 municipalities before declaring them as municipalities. So our time frame is that by March, we should have declared those 2 municipalities independent municipalities.
Honorable members, I think now we can move to legal. You want to say something?
Yeah, with your permission, Chair, the article that talks about Urban Areas and Cities Act, as Senator Eddie had requested, is Article 184 of the Constitution. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, Article 184 must be read together with the Urban Areas and Cities Act. So let's look at the query on sustainability and delivery of services, which is more like talking to the issue of independence here as well, but from a financial perspective. Auditor, please read out the query.
Thank you, Chair. The query, the observation is under emphasis of matter, sustainability and delivery of services. The statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts reflects a nil amount for actual funding during the year under review, which casts doubt on the sustainability and delivery of services to the residents as envisaged in the municipality charter. In the circumstances, the functions of the municipality may not be achieved.
Very well, Governor, your written response.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, allow me to request my Chief Officer in charge of urban planning to respond.
Thank you, Chair. Management response. The management acknowledges the finding and response as follows. The Department of Physical Planning, Lands and Urban Development has a subvote for the municipality in the year 2025-2026, but since the municipal board did not have an operations account, the department was not able to transfer the funds to the municipal board. The municipal board now has opened an account and the funds will be transferred. The board is also actively engaging with the county treasury to establish a dedicated vote head that will specifically cater for the services now under the municipality's mandate. The municipality is also working with other partners, e.g. the MTACA for solid waste management and the World Bank for the implementation of some of its mandates and projects as outlined in the Integrated Development Plan. This is the Appendix 3A, the Vihiga Municipal Board Operations Account. In the name of the Vihiga Municipality, open in Equity, Mbale. B, the budget of the Department of Physical Planning, Lands and Urban Development, indicating the total amounts under Vihiga Municipality as 79,732,511. Thank you, Chair.
Auditor, can I have your comments on the management response?
The sustainability and delivery of services is in doubt as there is no receipts and expenditure allocated to the municipality. And again, the account number does not give the bank details as per Appendix A. The account is Vihiga Municipality account number, but does not give bank details.
So maybe Governor or your officer should respond to that concern by the auditor.
Yes, I think it's true. The details need to be given, and I want the accountant of the municipality probably to give details, or the chief officer, whoever opened that account.
Thank you, Chair. Appendix 3A, as a letter from Equity Bank, confirmation of account number 096-028-699-7352 in the name of Vihiga Municipality. The bank, the letter dated 20th January 2026, we hereby confirm that the above reference customer Vihiga Municipality has an account in Equity Bank Kenya Limited, Mbale branch. The account details are as below. Bank name Equity Bank Kenya Limited, account name Vihiga Municipality, account number 096-028-699-7352, currency Kenyan, bank SWIFT code EQBLK Kena, KENA, bank code 68, branch code 096, branch name Mbale, account status active. The letter has been authorized by the bank officials.
Very well, honorable members, you can now chip in. Senator Kavindu.
Chair, this was done on 20th. The letter is from 20th January 2026. Yeah.
Which letter are you referring to?
The letter he has just referred us to for the the account opening. The account opening was done on 20th January 2026, yeah?
Chair, with your permission and permission of His Excellency the Governor, allow me to clarify on that. Honorable Chair, when the entity was engaging the auditor before he came here, there are details that had been given with respect to the bank account, but they were not conclusive. Now that called for the entity to write to Equity Bank to issue this confirmation, and that's why this confirmation was given yesterday.
Okay, James, as you are there through the Governor, you know the experience has shown that you can have a bank account, yes, but you will have a problem transferring money to the bank account unless you have a specific IFMIS account. So you can tell us about that, because we have had counties having problems transferring money because of IFMIS challenges. So have you handled that matter with the National Treasury?
Chair, I wish to confirm that the account has been properly mapped in our IFMIS accounts.
Mr. Kinoti?
Chair, in relation to what you're saying, it's under the PFM, County Government Regulations 2015, Regulation 82, the criteria of opening the bank account. So apart from the letters, I believe there are some approvals that are required from the County Treasury. And the requirement is that these approvals should also be shared with the Controller of Budget and the auditors. So I don't know whether that criteria has been followed. Chair, we can refer to Regulation 182. This is mainly to avoid the issues of having bank accounts that are opened right and left and center, and then they end up being misused. Thank you, Chair.
That I think the CEC Finance is here. You can respond to that through the Governor.
Yes, Chair. I would wish to confirm that the law is very particular that the CEC Finance approves, and I confirm I approved. Those are the protocols notwithstanding, just notification, Mr. Chairman.
So maybe because we are a house of record, you can give us copies of the same. How much time do you need?
Perhaps I need to seek for maybe 7 days, because, or if you allow, because I didn't carry the copy of the approved document.
Yeah, I think 7 days would be too long because the documents are there. So it is something that you can send even tomorrow.
Even today,
yeah,
if you want.
Yeah, because you know we are constrained on
Technology.
time.
Most obliged.
Just send by tomorrow. You can send it on email to our clerk.
Most obliged, Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Chair, on a follow-up question to that, since now the account has been opened and everything is in order, when do you intend to transfer the monies to this account?
Chief Officer Finance can give a response to that.
Thank you, Chair. Allow me to first clarify that the entity, that is Vihiga Municipality, operates under one vote head in the current situation with the Department of Fiscal Planning, Lands and Housing. And if you go to that vote head, your Honorable Chair, there are several sub-vote items that are spent under the vote, and the accounting officer now has the mandate to determine in terms of the cash requirements and funding requirements on how much is required to be sent to the account and as to when. Because, Chair, even as we discuss this, I know there are certain elements or expenditures under the municipality, but may still have to be spent centrally at the department level. Example of this being payment of salaries. Until now, what the Chief Officer in charge of planning said, the process that is being done is concluded. The one of now coming up with a separate vote head for the municipality is concluded, which we are hoping will be done by end of March. But the Chief Officer in charge of fiscal planning, lands and housing, who is the accounting officer, will over the time determine how much is required to be sent to that account, depending on the need basis. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Governor, the issue the auditors are raising relates to the sustainability and delivery of services. I would have expected you or your people to provide this committee with the revenue potential of the municipality. How much are they able to correct, or vis-a-vis the budget of that municipality, so that we can be sure that this municipality can survive on its own. Otherwise, the response does not address that specific concern.
Chair, in addition, you know, the Chief of Staff Finance is very diplomatic. The question was when, and he has not said. So there's this coding, you said by end of March. Why does it take that long to do a separate forehead for this particular municipality? I thought in the course of this February, the Assembly is likely to have a supplementary budget. This is during this particular period, you could transfer the funds when you're doing your supplementary budgets in the course of maybe next month, so that at least there's progress. If you wait until next financial year, and I've also heard that the payroll is still run by the urban planning department. So why don't you transfer the 9 million, including the salaries to them, so that they can start walking, crawling?
And also to add on to that, so that you can answer through you, Chair, we are short of time. We are supposed to table our report by the end of March. So if you want us to table the report with your report not positively, then it depends with you.
Correction is not end of March. It will be somewhere mid-March, because the House has to discuss the report. So they really don't have time.
Yeah, so it depends with what you want us to write the report about Vihiga County and the municipality.
Honorable members, let me allow the governor to chip in and his officers.
Thank you, Chair, and I want to appreciate the honorable senators for the issues we have raised. They are very pertinent and to the point. I want to note that we are committed, and I think I'll request my Chief Officer in charge of Finance and Chief Officer in charge of Budget to see whether we can fast track this process. But they are here, they'll be able to confirm whether it can be done before you write your report or not. As regards to the sustainability, I want to agree with my good friend Senator, what we have raised. We need to demonstrate how much the municipality is able to raise in its own revenue. And I have the revenue receiver here, so I think I would want to give her a chance to say what is the potential in terms of raising their own revenue for the municipality. Sheila?
Allow me, Chair, maybe to clarify on the issue of funding first, before you bring in Sheila. Chair, I confirm as Treasury, we are ready to fund as soon as immediately. And let me clarify also, Chair, that currently already the county treasury is funding municipality through the department. The only challenge has been now forwarding the money to municipality. But as soon as we get any request, even as early as tomorrow, we are willing to fund the municipality. Thank you.
Yeah, I think our interest is to see the municipality operating with some level of independence. You can proceed.
Yes, Chair, I think let me address the question of when we can create a separate budget for the municipality. Usually we do an application to Directorate of IFMIS. So what we'll do, since I think with the coming out of it, the agency required, we can be able to fast track. So hopefully maybe by end of February, before in the next 2-3 weeks, we could have that approval. Then we can do the communication, if you allow. Thank you.
Okay. Any other issue, honorable members, on sustainability?
Sheila was to
Sheila.
respond. Yeah.
Sheila, please.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair had asked about the potential revenue collection for the municipality. I want to confirm to the committee that I do not have here the exact figures of the potential revenue collections. However, I'll approximate it to between 45 million to 50 million in a financial year. Thank you.
Okay. Any other issue, honorable members? So I think the issue of sustainability is generally what we were discussing earlier on independence or autonomy of the municipality. If the financial sustainability is not there, then it means the municipality does not actually exist. It is on paper, but it is not there. So that's why auditor is very concerned about that financial sustainability. So my expectation would be that Governor and your team, you will expedite this process so that we begin to see progress in terms of managing this municipality. I know the manager is here, the chair is here. You will also be very key in this process. So, honorable members, the other query is lack of motor vehicle ownership documents. And let me just clarify, this is also related to the query on property, plant, and equipment. You know very well that in most counties, this matter of property, plant, and equipment is still a thorn in the flesh because of transfer challenges from the defunct local authorities to now the counties. And yesterday we directed that the COG takes up this matter in IBEC, because this committee previously directed IGRTC to take up this matter, and IGRTC it's not moving. So now we have directed that COG takes up this matter as a substantive agenda in the next IBEC meeting. And we want this matter to be resolved because it is taking too long and it's appearing in all audit reports, even for the executive, and it's a high time that this matter is resolved. So that directive was given yesterday, and I hope COG will pick it up in IBEC to have it resolved. But for now, we will look at the issue of lack of motor vehicle ownership documents. I will request the auditor to read out the query.
Thank you, Chair. Lack of motor vehicle ownership documents. The statement of financial position, and as disclosed in note 8 to the financial statements, reflect a balance of Kenya shillings 574,044,658 in respect of property, plant, and equipment. Included in this balance are motor vehicles valued at cost amounting to Kenya shillings 32,391,000. However, these motor vehicles are registered at the county government of Vihiga and not the municipal board. This is contrary to section 12(2)(b) of urban areas and cities Act 2011, which states that the board of an area granted the status of a city or municipality
Thank you, Chair. The management response, the management acknowledges the audit finding. Management acknowledges the audit finding and responds as follows.
Much in the report for municipality because, as you are aware, their reports are still being processed under executive reports, and they didn't have a bank account. But I'm sure once everything has been done, there will be many issues that will be indicated in the report. So we proceed to Amazi Water. Amazi Water and Amazi Water Services Company Limited. The officers from the water can be asked to come in. So maybe Governor, you can assist us in introducing your officers who had not been previously introduced.
Thank you, Chair. I've been joined by officers from the Amatsi Water Services, and I would like to request them to introduce themselves, starting with the Managing Director, who is on my right.
Chair, honorable members, my name is Edwin Bukwe, the Managing Director of Amatsi. Currently, we changed the name to Vihiga Water and Sanitation Company. I've been I'm accompanied by the current board chair. Before I go to the managers, I'd wish the board chair to introduce himself with the team.
Yes, Honorable Chair and members, good morning. I'm CPA James Ressa, currently the board chair for Amatsi and also renamed to Viwasco. Together with me, we have a team from Viwasco. There's the director and the manager.
Chair, honorable members, my name is Naftali Agalomba. I'm the technical manager of the water company. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Mr. Herbert Mtiva, Senior Commercial Officer, Amatsi Water Services Company Limited.
I can see my friend, the county attorney. You had not put yourself on record.
Chair, I'm sorry I was seated here. I thought you are not seeing me. My name is Agribiel Omsiega, the county attorney. Thank you, Chair.
Chair and honorable members, my name is Agrim Sindalo, the Commercial and Finance Manager, Vihiga Water Services Company.
I thought the name has changed. It's Vihiga Sanitation. Okay. Vihiga Water and Sanitation Company. That's a new name.
Yes.
Okay. So I think, honorable members, I must start by thanking the governor for abiding by our previous directive that we need to have a substantive MD and a substantive board. I can see that has been done. Maybe, Governor, you can make a comment before we proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to put on record that when we were here last discussing about Amatsi Water Company, this committee gave a number of directives which we had to implement. And one of the directives was to form a task force to look into all the issues bedeviling the company. When we came here, the company was in real bad state. But I want to report that the task force was formed and it carried out a very detailed analysis of the issues facing the company. And out of that task force report is where one of the recommendations was to immediately appoint the managing director, which we did. We also recommended that we have the employment of the commercial manager to make sure that the issues of sales are taken care of. So in brief, I would like to thank the committee for the recommendations you made, because we have been able to implement them, and the company now is moving forward. It's been registered by WASREP and all the issues that you had raised. However, we still have challenges. I think as we go through this auditor's report, we still have key challenges. And I think the key challenge I want to highlight from here is the non-revenue water. that is still, Chair, a big problem, and probably we would like to learn from you, because you are talking to all these other companies. How are they dealing with this non-revenue water issue? Because it seems, despite of the efforts we have made, we still have this problem recurring and even worsening. So I would like to hear from the committee the experience you have from other companies, so that we can learn. If it means benchmarking, I would be willing to real benchmark, even myself, to go there and see what is going on. Thank you.
Very well. That we will do justice to that audit query on revenue water. Honorable members, let me allow the auditor to present the report, audit report in summary, and direct us on the substantive matters that you want us to address. Of course, non-revenue water is one of them. And the members had also indicated that they wanted to look at the issue of inaccuracies in financial statements. So proceed.
Thank you, Chair. This is the report of the Auditor General on Amatsi Water Services Company Limited for the year ended 30th June 2025. The opinion is a qualified opinion, and overall, if I may say, of the company is that the trade and other receivables, if you check the figure there, together with the wrong outstanding payables, there is a match of the figure in the difference of around 3 million, meaning the cash inflow and the cash outflow. There is an element there. I think the Chair will guide on those two issues, because receivables, meaning the collections, there are challenges there, and then payables, there is also in terms of meeting the commitments on paying the debts. Again, the covering of the key issues I would like the committee, maybe suggest the committee to focus on is non-revenue water, property, plant and equipment, and trade and other receivables, together with long outstanding payables. Thank you, Chair.
You can proceed, as I directed that members had an interest in query number 1. You can start with us and then you proceed into the others.
Inaccuracies in the financial statements. Review of financial statement in comparison with the ledgers provided for audit revealed variances as detailed below. There is a table there, including the note, the component affected, the financial statement figure, and the ledger figure, with a variance, overall variance of 8,773,830.75. On the issue, the management submitted responses together with the ledgers and journals, which they amended the ledger for the figures to conform with the financial statement. So the issue was addressed.
Honorable members, we can allow the governor to make his written response first before you chip in.
Thank you, Chair, for this opportunity. Allow me to request our commercial manager to give the response to the issues raised in this matter.
Thank you, Chair. Management response. 1. The management acknowledges the observation made by the auditor and responds as follows. The financial statement figure of Kenya shillings 113,907,991 is a summation of the ledger balance as at 30th June 2025 and had the following breakdown. as for operating revenue. One is the water sales, 100,739,125. Two is the sewer income, 8,868,446. Three is the connection fees, 1,293,000. And four is the water bowser income of 2,607,000, totaling to the figure of 113,507,591. The figure of Kenya shillings 114,854,309.75 was queried in the system by the auditor during the audit exercise in October 2025, where other transactions entries had already been made, thus giving different ledger amounts. This was the cause of the variance of Kenya shillings 1,346,719.75. Hence, the figure of Kenya shillings 113,507,591 was correctly reported in the financial statement as supported by the ledgers. Note 10, license and levies. The variance of 5,739,997 relates to water abstraction charges for the year under review. This was calculated using the annual billed volume in cubic meters against Water Resource Authority estimated rates as at 30th June 2025. The schedule of these estimated abstraction bills were erroneously omitted from other schedules, but is available for review as attached. Note 10, the figure reported in the financial statement of Kenya shillings 11,001,219 was the correct figure, but three items erroneously omitted from the schedule shared with the audit. This has been adjusted accordingly. Below are the items that were omitted. Non-revenue water of Kenya shillings 1,662,462. Water quality of Kenya shillings 491,820. And general office and electricity at Kenya shillings 337,365, totaling to the 2,511,667. Note 10, audit fees is an annual payment to the Office of the Auditor General for external audit services to the company. 1,250,691 was not related to the fee, but was wrongly described as audit expenses under operating expenses. The audit fee reported by the company is 272,600, which was supported by the invoice from the Office of the Auditor General. In the schedule shared by the auditor, it was wrongly categorized under the operating expenses of 978,091, alongside the office fees of the audit fees of 272,600. Note 12. Maintenance expense management acknowledges the undercast of 153,539, noting that it shall be adjusted under prior year adjustment in the 25-26 financial statement as per the journal.
Auditor, your comments?
Thank you, Chair. Apart from that, note 12, which we are recommending we confirm in the subsequent year, on the adjustment, the ledgers were adjusted to figures to conform with the financial statement. Thank you, Chair.
At what point was this adjustment done? Because I thought adjustments should reflect in the subsequent financial year, not in the immediate financial year. Because you need to do journal entries to correct the change.
What they have done is they have adjusted their ledgers, but not the financial statement against the certificate. Financial statements have not been affected, but the ledgers, their end, they have provided the journals.
Yeah, but for it to be clean, I think it has to, that change has to reflect in the financial statement, but the subsequent financial statement, so that the matter is now properly resolved. I am not an accountant, but from my experience of chairing,
yes,
I come through a lot of these things.
Okay, the ledger is maintained by the management, and they can do those adjustments. But if they amended the financial statements, that's where I would have a problem, because you are amending the audited figures.
Okay, so I think you need to keep an eye on this, so
Yes.
that these changes are reflected well in 2025, 2026 financial statements. Members, honorable members.
Chair, this is from what the auditor said. Basically, most of these things have been corrected, but maybe it's good for the governor to note that these are basically capacity issues. It means that there is an issue with the accountants, the people who are preparing these books. If they prepared and they've been able to interpret well here, this should have been done alongside when they are doing the accounts, instead of the auditor picking it and correcting after they've been noted. But it's a learning. Maybe you need to up the capacity building for your accountants.
Chair, I want to confirm what the Honorable Senator is saying is correct, but I want to also note that we have now recruited a very experienced commercial manager who is also an accountant.
Maybe just speaking upon a point by Senator Kisang, auditor, on your financial statement, can you tell us which accountant signed the financial statements?
Ugly Musindo.
ISPAC number?
ISPAC number 12,219.
Clerk, can you confirm the ISPAC status? Read out the number again.
12,219. 12,219.
CPM Musindalo Agri Ataka. Membership number 1221-9. Membership status active. Status not in good standing. Is Mr. Musindalo here?
Present, Chair.
Oh, you are the one?
Yes, Chair.
Why are you not in good standing?
Chair, it's the payment for the current year's subscription fee, which we intend to pay before the lapse of the year. It's just the subscription fee.
Chair, there's nothing called just subscription fee. Some of us, we're also in professional bodies. You cannot, as an accountant or as a doctor, as a nurse, you don't pay for your subscription and you continue practicing. I mean, is it very expensive? Governor, why don't you assist them and pay for them?
Chair. Chair.
Yes.
11,200 surely to pay for
Professional.
yeah. Isn't it something someone should have sorted out by December and you're in good standing?
But sometimes good standing is not an issue of payment. It's an issue of attending continuous training. Continuous training. Governor.
Chair, I'm a little bit concerned because I expected that he should have paid, we should be a fully paid up member. And we have provision within the government to ensure that all professionals, when they have to go for professional meetings, we facilitate that so that they attend and get their points. But in this regard now, probably I will volunteer to pay for him so that he is up to standard.
Mr. Musindalo, we, as a committee, we made a decision to discourage inaccuracies and errors and omission in financial statement. And we said that moving forward, the accountants involved will be personally liable for inaccuracies. These are capacity issues. Anyone with a CPA should not make this kind of mistakes. So I hope the subsequent financial year that will not happen again. And that is your responsibility. It's not the governor's responsibility. It's not any other's. That is your personal, professional responsibility. So, honorable members, I think we'll leave it at that point. Auditor, proceed to the next substantive query, please. I think you can combine the issue of receivables and payable because we know what it is, and then you make a comment on it, and then governor will respond.
Thank you, Chair. Trade and other receivables. On it, we are saying that 65% of the total receivables have been outstanding for more than 365 days. And also, we are pointing out the debts that have been classified as debt balances classified in the ledger as prepayments, which is long because the management has offset this debt against the gross receivables, which is contrary to International Accounting Standard number 32 and 42, and which provides that an entity shall not offset assets and liabilities or income and expenses. Again, the third issue on that is that I said you to show how the provisions were aligned and was not provided for audit review. On long outstanding payables, the figure there for trade receivables is 96,110,958. And the figure for long outstanding payables is 93,060,738. Again, the issue there is that these payables were supposed to form the first charge to the budget. So without paying these outstanding payables, subsequently affects the budget making process in the subsequent years, and also the cash flow for the entity.
So, honorable members, I think because of the time constraint, we are not going through the reading, but we just comment, and then you have the responses and the queries with you. So the auditor has given an explanation to say that the receivables, 65% of the receivables are more than 1 year old. He has also indicated that the payable balances so far is 93 million. That is the amount that needs to be paid out. So maybe, Governor, you can comment on the two issues concurrently, the issue of receivables and payables.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, allow me to request the Director Commercial Manager to comment, and probably also the AMD to make further comments on the same.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. On the issue about trade and receivables, yes, we agree that they are long outstanding, but we are putting in efforts to recover this through reminders to customers. We are also issuing demand letters to these customers. We are also carrying out disconnections for those customers who are not in compliance with our reminder notes. We also engage them through part payment agreements for those with huge amounts who are willing to negotiate, so that we can reduce their bill at the same time continue service delivery to them. We're also conducting rapid results initiatives just to ensure that we have extra effort deployed in pursuit of these receivables.
MD?
Chair, honorable members, I'll comment on the long outstanding payables. And this is our response. Management acknowledges the audit observation and we respond as follows. The management has a
MD,
payment.
I get directed that you just comment.
Oh, comment.
Yeah,
okay.
Because we are managing time
Okay.
and we have the written responses with us.
Well guided, Chair. For us to make sure that we deal with these outstanding payables, we have part payment agreements. We have attached the Annex 13, where we have part payment agreements with KRA, NSSF. We have standing orders with Lake Victoria North Waterworks Development Agency, WASREB, and also customer deposits. Chair, the same is attached under Annex 13. Thank you.
MD, you know, through the governor, I know you have come in, you are still new. Where we started more than 3 years ago, this issue was there. And we said that one of the things that needs to be done is to recover these receivables so that the company can have some stability. And it looks like very little has been done to recover the money owed, because this money is in two categories. We have the historic cost, historic debts, sorry, and the current debts. But if I look at your schedule, looks like even recovering the current debts is still a challenge. So maybe you can tell us the strategies, the specific strategies you are employing, first of all, to deal with the current debts, even before we talk about historic debts. What specific measures have you taken in place to recover this money?
Thank you, Chair. First of all, the board recently approved the debt management policy that we strongly believe that with the implementation of the debt management policy, we should be able to address the current debts. As you have rightly put it, some of the historical debts is a challenge because we don't have even the very accurate data. You know, the company has gone through so many transitions from the local government and all that. But for the current debts, we have a team headed by the commercial and finance manager who ensure that after every billing, at the expiration of 14 days, we do RRI to ensure that all the customers who have not paid are disconnected. We also have reminders and part payments, as my colleague, the CFM, had mentioned. We have the part payment agreements. We also have disconnection orders, and of course, implementing the debt management policy that we are very sure that honorable members, with this, we should be able to ensure that we have zero debts, honorable members, moving forward. Thank you.
Honorable members.
Chair,
Yes.
you know about the historical receivables from the municipalities or from, I thought maybe what the CEO through the governor would have done is to maybe categorize. You know, there is no need to misrepresent receivables that you know very well you will not be able to receive. And you said you've recently approved a debt policy. So I hope that debt policy has also an element of writing off some of these things, so that going forward, by the time my colleague is taking over, at least those historical issues should have been removed.
I think the issue raised by the Honorable Senator is correct, and it is true some of those historical debts we cannot even trace the data. we don't even have anything. So in the debt collection policy, we have indicated that the management, the board should sit and be able to make a directive that those debts to be written off so that we can keep our books clean. Otherwise, it's going to continue recurring every time. So that's what has been done. And we have the chair of the board is here, so he may probably comment on what they plan to do in the very near future.
The chair of the board, you are very youthful. You need to run with speed. Huh? Proceed.
Yes, Honorable Member, thank you for the opportunity through His Excellency the Governor. Yes, the moment we join in as a board, we approve the policy. We've also looked at the PFM Act and regulation. There are some limits that we'll be able to approve for write-off from the board side, and those which are beyond, we'll be working closely with the county treasury as per the law so that we see the amount that we can write off, especially if they are not recoverable. So we assure you that probably in the next financial statement, you should be able to see some improvement from the historical debts. Thank you.
Chair, on these three, trade and other receivables, part 2 of it was not explained. Receivables ledger provided did not reflect opening balances amounts accrued. And also number 3, the prior year's adjustment, correcting the errors to be confirmed during the subsequent year's audit. Those 2 were not touched. Can the Governor explain about them?
Thank you for that question, and let me request the Commercial and Financial Manager to respond.
Thank you, Chair. The question on the updated receivables ledger, our response was that the company relied on system-generated register that has the following components. It has the date, description, amount, opening balance, and closing balance. The individual customer ledgers also have both the opening balances and the closing balances. And we've annexed copies of the customer statements and a sample of aging analysis in our Annex 8 and 9.
Annex 8 and 9.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Auditor, have you been able to check on this and confirm if this is the right
Thank you, Chair. Receivables ledger provided did not reflect opening balances, amount accrued during the year, payments received, and balances carried forward.
Because here you have indicated that the issues were not addressed. So what do we do with it now? You as auditor. Because here you have indicated that not addressed. Issue is not addressed.
Chair, I think the way forward here is they should provide this ledger which shows these balances in their ledger that reflects the opening balance, what has accrued during the year, and what payments they have received during the year, and what is the closing balance.
So my question is, Auditor, how do we deal with it now? Since here you've indicated that they did not, they did not deal with the issue. They did not address the issue. Maybe when you are on the ground, do we open it now and say that it has been addressed? Do you open your report now at this stage?
This report is for Parliament now, and this committee to consider it, and the Auditor General has given the observation and confirmed the submitted responses, and we have given a comment that the ranger is still not availed with the relevant what we had queried. So the issue is still standing.
Accountant, what do you say through Governor?
Thank you, Chair. Our position is as our records come from the billing system we operate, and that's why we filed these annexes that indeed show the balances as indicated. So it's our position that we stand that our system does indicate, and that's why we're able to see the aging analysis. You can tell which debts are beyond 365 days, which one are 30 days, and which one have just come in.
Did you give these documents to the auditor when they were on the ground?
Yes, we did.
You did?
Chair, this is very closely related to the earlier issues of capacity. If you can pick a chair, and you have ruled that, apart from doing a payment of subscriptions, it's also good for you. It is for your own good. If very little, you don't have queries when you are coming here. So the best thing for you to do is to engage the auditor. You are paying them. This amount that you are paid, it's not for free. It's also for them to help you, so that you reduce or eradicate all the queries. So please engage with the auditors, be friends. You see, the auditors, you're the police, you're scared of. You're supposed to work as a team so that we have value for money. If there are errors, if you are saying you have already provided and then they are saying they are not there, so who do we believe? For us, we'll believe the auditor. So please engage very closely so that we don't have these errors coming up here. So, Chair, I'm thinking we should not belabor on that. We should move to the next query.
Let me give a directive because this matter has recurred almost every financial year. The issue of trade and other receivables and long outstanding payables. I think, Governor, you need to constitute a team to deal with this matter so that we have finality. So that, for example, those historical debts, there must be a process within the law under PFM of writing off some of those very old debts, but the law has to be followed. And then, of course, the capacity issues that members are raising on this matter should also be addressed. But before I go there, maybe you can tell us, in these receivables, what is receivables for institutions? How much do institutions owe you? Because there are two levels of debts. The ones, individual debts, and also institutions, including the county government. How much do they owe and what are these institutions?
Thank you, Chair. Allow me to request the Finance and Commercial Manager to give a response.
Thank you, Chair. We might not have the exact figures which we can file as when guided, but institutions do not, they are mostly current, Actually, our biggest institutional client is the Maseno University, which is current, the Kaimosi University. Currently, the highest debt institution is Maseno Hospital, but we have entered into a part payment agreement with them and they are servicing it. The other institutions mostly are schools, which do pay. If they fall in default, maybe it's during the holiday season like November and December, and then once they receive capitation like this January, they make good their payments.
Hospitals?
Public hospitals, yes, they also have delays in payments, I think because of also their cash flow issues. But we do endeavor to engage them as partners, and they are also servicing their debts. They are not entirely in default.
Yeah, but next time you come to the Senate, make sure you have all the figures with you, so that you have a list of all the institutions that owe you money and how much, so that this house can help you. We have written letters to institutions on behalf of counties to recover the money. We could do the same to you. If there is any institution that is you're having problems, this committee also acts as a debt collector. we can
pay.
write.
Just be sure that without commission.
Yes, without commission. So that data is very important. Like now you are saying Maseno University.
Maseno Hospital.
Maseno Hospital and all these other institutions. It is important for us to have that data. So maybe I will give you another 7 days to bring us that data.
Well guided, sir.
Yes, the institution and how much they owe you, and the duration of the debt.
The debt, yes.
And this committee will act as a debt collector for you. Now, lastly, on the issue of payables. How much of these payables is owed to Kenya Power? Through the governor?
Chair, what we owe Kenya Power, there's a historical debt of 13 million and a current debt of 2.7 million.
Yeah, what is your plan to pay Kenya Power? Because this problem has been recurring, and you know the effect of that is that key institutions that depend on your water have been cut off. When power is cut, the hospital does not get water. So can you give us very clear timelines how you are going to deal with this issue of Kenya Power?
Chair, yes, we indeed got into an agreement with Kenya Power sometimes towards the end of last year to settle the current bills. And we have a written agreement. The same has been noted. Amongst other outstanding creditors, we will also be engaging Kenya Power on how to settle the historical debt. But for the current debt now, we have an agreement with them of which we intend to honor fully.
Governor.
Chair, allow me to make a comment on this matter. This matter is very, very urgent, and we need to get a resolution on the way forward. I think for the last 4 or 5 years, the government has been paying most of the outstanding bills for electricity to KPLC, because every time the Amasi are disconnected, we are disconnected, my office is disconnected, the referral hospital is connected, Maseno University is connected, and then when that happens, it becomes a crisis. And out of that, the county government, through the Department of Water, have been paying these bills. But we reached a level where we feel that Amats now should stand on their own. And that's why the issue of non-revenue water, I need it discussed. Because as of now, we owe Kenya Power about 16 million. And they were in my office last week. They were threatening to disconnect. But I've had to plead with them and agree that as a government, we are willing to settle that outstanding historical bill, but we want from there onwards the company to take charge. So we need direction on this matter, and I believe through non-revenue water we may find where is the problem.
And Governor, while at that, I don't know whether this company has a communication person. MD, do you have someone who deals with communication in your company?
Thank you, Chair, and honorable members. We're in the process, based on our organogram, there's no provision for a communication person, but because of the importance of the position, we are considering through a request to the board, we should have someone. But in the meantime, we engage someone from the county. It is not for Viwasco, but we have the communication team that we are working very closely from the county department. Thank you.
In the absence of a communication person, the CEO is the chief communicator. I'm saying this because when you don't pay power and these key institutions are disconnected, you are the one who is supposed to come out and tell the public what is happening. But in most cases, you keep quiet, and the energy is directed to the county government and sometimes to the senator, that we are not doing our work. Please think from today, you should be communicating this to the public, because just keeping quiet as if nothing is happening is not right. Communication is very important. Honorable members, I want us to move forward to the most important issue, the non-revenue water. But Senator Kavindu has pointed out something which I just want us to discuss it. The issue of the refundable deposits. The auditor, you can give us a quick brief, and then the governor will respond to that before we go to non-revenue water.
Unsupported refundable deposits. The statement of financial position reflects refundable deposits and prepayments balance of 18,016,175. However, review of the ledgers revealed two issues: that the customer deposit bank statement reflects an opening balance of Kenya shillings 441,585, which is at variance with customers' deposit opening balance as at the 1st July 2024 of Kenya shillings 14,179,462, resulting to a reconciled variance of Kenya shillings 13,737,867. And then similarly, a customer deposit balance as at 30th June 2025 of Kenya shillings 16,990,982 is at variance with the bank statement balance of Kenya shillings 900,406.85, resulting to a variance of Kenya shillings 16,090,575.15. So in the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of refundable deposits and prepayments balance of Kenya shillings 18,016,175 could not be confirmed.
Governor, your comment on that?
Chair, allow me to request the commercial manager to give a response.
Just want a comment, though, because we already have the text with us. Just comment on the issue of non-refundable deposit.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, we agree with the auditor's observation, and we also agreed that there were withdrawals from the account. However, we did that through approval of a board minute that has been attached, and we endeavor to refund the deposits through a standing order that is live of 50,000 shillings per month.
Senator Kavindo.
Chair, I just, through the governor, Chair, I want to hear from him how this money was the money borrowed to be used, or and how was it borrowed? Did the board approve? Did the county assembly approve? And the law says this money should be refunded within a period of 1 year. So I want to know, when was the money borrowed? What was the process? And has it been refunded? Is it taking a period of 1 year to be refunded, or how long is it going to take?
Go ahead.
Honorable members, I'll take up the issue. WASREB allows us to borrow, specifically to invest in low cost but high impact revenue. That one is guided. We have a board approval for the same, as the commercial manager just mentioned. We have a standing order to ensure that we refund. I must admit that the refund process has taken a little while, but is a commitment that we ensure that honorable members, when we hopefully will be appearing before this committee again, the amount will be fully refunded to the account. But WASREB actually allows us to invest in low cost by high impact. What we've done with these funds is to ensure that revive dry lines that we had, and also do extensions to connect more customers. Thank you.
Chair, I would want the legal team to read the law, because here you're talking of WASREB, and here we are following the law. What does the law say about borrowing at counties? Because it doesn't mention about WASREB.
Yeah, WASREB is in the regulation of WASREB, but you know the substantive law is the PFM. So the legal.
Thank you, Chair. The relevant provision is Section 142 of the PFM on the borrowing by county government entities, which, in addition to what the management has said of the board of seeking the board approval, that section requires the county assembly to authorize, the county assembly may authorize short-term borrowing by county government entities for cash management purposes only. And then subsection 2, any borrowing under subsection 1 may not exceed 5% of the most recent audited revenues of the entity. And 3, a county government entity that has any such borrowing shall ensure that the money borrowed is repaid within a year from the date on which it was borrowed. Thank you, Chair.
Let me
so, Chair, you'll help me, but I will just want to correct him that there is nowhere WASREB is mentioned there. So, you can go ahead, Chair.
Yeah, you see now, this money, Mr. MD, must be refunded within 12 months. And it must be processed through the board and the county assembly. I think this was done to ensure that there is no kienyeji borrowing from the customer deposits, because that money is meant for customers. When a customer comes and he wants his money back, he should be able to get it back. So I think that one is another.
The biggest part is the cash flow management, because it says that the law says you cannot borrow more than 5% of the budget of that entity. So if you look at this, it is bigger than that.
Honorable Chair, actually is less than the 5% of the budget. Is 2.3 million. We had a budget of over 100 million. Thank you.
So I think this is one area that you need to regularize before the next sitting, Mr. MD. Honorable members, okay, let's proceed, because we are having another meeting at 2, and members, you also need to go for your lunch. The last issue is non-revenue water. This is the issue that the governor said we do justice to it. Auditor, you can proceed and take us through that. Proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Non-revenue water. Review of water production and consumption records revealed that the company produced 2.5 cubic meters, 2,551,161 cubic meters of water valued at approximately Kenya shillings 229,604,490, but only built 1,433,843 cubic meters, approximately valued at Kenya shillings 100,173,600. This resulted into a loss of of 1,117,318 cubic meters, valued at Kenya shillings 89,184,536, or 44% of the total production. This is over and above the allowable loss of 25% as provided by CUE of the Water Services Regulatory Board, WASREB, guidelines. In the circumstances, the company is likely to continue incurring huge financial losses in the future for failure to collect revenue accruing from the unaccounted for water.
Governor, the management response.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, allow me to request that technical manager to respond to this question.
Honorable Chair and the other honorable members, on the query raised by the Auditor General, the management responds as follows. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation on non-revenue water and states that an approved non-revenue water reduction strategy is being implemented. The high non-revenue water levels are attributed to aging and dilapidated infrastructure in the systems we are running, heavy rainfall that causes siltation to meters, pipeline damage during road works, vandalism, and water theft. The management has proposed pipe replacements under the Vihiga cluster project. We are also intensifying meter servicing, coordination with the county government during road works. The company has also procured motorbikes for efficiency in response and collaboration with the water police units. Within the response, we have given extracts that we need to use to deal with this non-revenue water. There is a detailed design report and a BQs for Vihiga water cluster projects for the last mile connectivity. That is as to handle the issue of aging and dilapidated infrastructure. We have also attached photos of damaged pipeline during road maintenance works, which actually resulted into a lot of the previous gains we had made, because during these road works, you find that our pipeline is damaged, and before we arrest, we normally lose a lot of water. Again, we have attached delivery notes for the motorbikes we are talking about to assist us with dealing with this non-revenue water. Then lastly, we have made an attachment from the NRW reduction strategies that you are implementing? Thank you.
Okay, Auditor, your comments on the management response?
Management is in agreement with the issue raised. Management is in agreement with the issue raised.
Basically, management has agreed to your query?
Yes.
Okay. Honorable members, Senator Vice Chair?
Chair, with a lot of respect, first of all, Governor, who did you say the gentleman who has just read the response is? It's called the technical
manager. He's an engineer, technical manager.
Tell me more. Is it the MD or is just helping the MD as well? He's helping MD. Yeah. So he's lucky because now I'm going to go to the MD. MD, did you read these responses before they were sent to the Senate by a technical manager?
Honorable members,
It's a yes or no?
I read through.
You read them, and you feel they are satisfied. You are satisfied with them before they come to the Senate.
Yeah, in terms of the what caused the non-revenue water and also the measures we are putting in place,
you feel comfortable.
We need to do more.
So where you're sitting as the MD, the Auditor General has told you that you lost 1.1 million cubic meters of water. Can you tell me how many cubic did you lose because of dilapidated pipes? Give me a number.
Honorable members, non-revenue water we categorize in two categories. That is the...
No. Answer my question. How many cubic meters did you lose as a result of dilapidated pipes? Give me a number.
That will be 30% of the losses. We have the figures here. Our technical losses are actually around 30%.
You're not answering my question.
30%.
Let's try this again. You have got 1.1 million cubic meters that you lost total non-revenue water. Your technical officer has told us a variety of things, and I've listed them down because I was listening, and I want to go through them one by one. Okay? I'm starting with the first one. Give me an absolute value of water that you lost in terms of cubic meters as a result of dilapidated pipes. I know you want to go into the physical losses. I'm ready into that physical losses. I want us to analyze them one by one. Okay? So how many cubic did you lose as a result of dilapidated pipes?
Chair, if the witness is not able to answer because she's becoming diplomatic, then they can request more time to submit a detailed response so that you don't just say that percentage of 30% is
30% is
just from his mind.
From his mind.
Yeah. So if you don't have, you say, I need some more time to do detailed.
And chair, the reason why I'm going to this, and Governor, on this one, I'll be very unforgiving. Because the core of this business is to be able to produce and sell water. This is where you start having cash flow problems. Your people cannot tell you, before us here, how much water they lost as a result of dilapidated pipes. They have claimed through your technical manager, right, that there were some pipes that also had breakages because of planning and coordination that was not there as a result of public works. How much was that cubic? If you ask your manager here, he will not be able to tell you. And the reason why I'm a little bit hard on him is because he has made a decision to buy even motorbikes to respond to this without data showing us, okay, where these cubics are coming from. he has talked about commercial losses, which he hasn't actually invested in terms of responses here, which I can divide into two. The issue of billing is not clear here. And then there's the issue of collection. I have got no idea how much they're losing as a result of those two. So if the management is going to make a decision to go and buy, whether it is meters, whether it is smart meters, it must respond to a number, a figure of what this 1.1 cubics problem is coming from. It must be broken down. If there's commercial losses, tell us how much cubics are you losing as a result of wrong billing or non-billing because the meters are faulty. I want to know, do you know yourself? Do you know how much you're losing because your meters are wrong? Do you have a figure?
Let him bring it.
Can you give me the figure now that you're losing because you are, on the commercial side, because your meters are wrong?
As guided by honorable members, I think we should be able, if given time, we should be able to submit the same data.
Yeah, so you can see, after admitting the auditor is right, you have given the Senate a very shoddy response to this question. Go and break it down for us. Yeah, go and break it down for us. Tell us which one were your commercial losses, which ones was a result of billing problems that were caused by these metering problems. Then go further, which one is a collection problem? Okay, because there are some that were billed, but collection was not made properly. And the government, if you're not careful, people are eating money. There is corruption here that I can tell you for a fact. If EACC was to come on this 100 million, there's a problem. There is collection that is hidden on dilapidated pipes. Unless you give me a breakdown of these 1.1 million cubic meters, I cannot take these responses. Chair, I rest my case.
Senator Mbugua.
Just as a matter of curiosity, Governor, I would want to know how long the MD has been holding this position.
That isn't. He just came.
Didn't proceed. You know, but I
Thank you, Chair. He is here. He'll be able to confirm, but I think
The
it's
chair
about...
is out of order to answer.
Chair, you should step out of that seat.
I told you earlier you should have stepped aside. It's like he's taken over before he's elected.
No, I know the MD came.
No, step out of that seat. Somebody else takes over.
So, Governor, you can respond.
It's 2 years he has been in office, but he can confirm, but it's 2 years.
Okay. I think Senator Eddy has raised a very substantive issue. Because, Governor, when we started, you said you want the committee to help you on this. I can tell you that non-revenue water, that is where the fraud is, from our experience. If they cannot tell you how much losses are physical losses and how much losses are commercial losses, then there is a problem. Because I know the water companies will hide behind dilapidated infrastructure and all that. But from our experience as a committee, the losses are mainly at the billing stage. And collection. And even in this report, if you look at the paragraph under effectiveness of internal control, risk management and governance, the auditor has raised a query on billing, incomplete billing records, where the auditor says there is no register that is available for the meters. They don't know where the meters are. The auditor has also raised the issue of some customers don't have contacts. They don't have mobile numbers. So how are you going to reach them to bill them?
They're receiving water.
But they are receiving water.
I can say, I'm sorry, Chair, I don't take words from your mouth. I can say that the contracts are not in the register, but the collector has the contracts. I can say for a fact, if I was telling the ECC now to go and do a contracts are not in the register and they are comfortable receiving water.
Yeah, so I think the thing is, I will allow the members to weigh in quickly, and then now we can give directions.
Governor, just a simple one. if you want to sort out this problem, just put the CEO and the technical manager on performance-based contract with clear targets, and you'll see a difference. If they don't meet, they go, and I can assure you'll see a difference.
Chair, I think Senator Eddie has really tried to cover exhaustively, but because the governor began by asking the committee to assist him, and you've been told to look at the commercial losses against the physical losses. I think what also the governor said, because the committee deals with all the counties, if we can give him, cases to benchmark with, we will be, helping him so that he can go and benchmark. Companies like Malindi Water, I believe are good companies that you can benchmark with. Chair, I think you can mention a few others.
Yeah. So the loss is about 89 million, which means that money, if available, even if half of it is available, it means you will be able to pay your electricity. So you will not go back to the county government and ask for money to pay electricity. It means you will be able to, you will not borrow from the customer deposits. It also means that you will pay your people better. Like in this report, we have seen that even those who left have not been paid their terminal benefits. This would be paid from that. So my idea, my proposal, which members we can look at it as well, is I think, Governor, you need to constitute a serious internal audit team to look at the billing issues. The billing, first of all, the billing system, and all issues around commercial aspects of this problem, which is basically billing. And I'm sure there you will be able to discover where the problem is. So you can set up a team that can look at this matter, and I'm sure a solution will be found from here. Because we have done that with other counties and we know the results that come out. There must be a problem which has nothing to do with what we have been told about dilapidated infrastructure. That is okay. It could be part of the problem, but it's not the major problem. The major problem is in the billing and the commercial aspects of this process.
So, Chair, yes, so that the Vice Chair can close, we are also leaving. I have two issues, Governor. You said you want to do benchmarking. The company that has been consistently reducing, and seems like they are doing very well, where you can benchmark is where one of your colleagues who is also serving a second term, Nyeri, is fairly, Malindi is erratic, down, up like this from the reports that we have checked. But Nyeri is a better one, where you can send your MD and the technical manager, and commercial and the technical fellow, even the chair of the board, so that you can see the strategies that they're putting in. Number two is myself and the chair, and 10 of us, 12 senators, we lobbied the House. ADA is in Finance Committee, and for the next 5 financial years, you are getting additional 372 million every year on the share of revenue. We fought, and there is an affirmative action. And what we expect or expected you to do is most of that money should be put into projects that will directly help Mwananchi. Maybe reticulation of water to their homes, improving the pipes. So we also wanted you to tell us, I hope you have not put in those resources into recurrent, because I'm told most of the governors, including my governor, they are very expert. They're experts in recurrent, because that is an easy way of ensuring eventually some people benefit. So can you also tell us, what are you doing with that 372 million additional to ensure the people of Vihiga get water or modernize the hospitals?
Let's get Senator Eddie, and then Governor, you can combine those queries.
Still in the context of being helped, Governor, I wasn't convinced on the issue of customer deposits. Because if I got it right, this particular, let me say office, so I don't personalize it on the MD. This particular office verifiably borrowed 2.3 million. Is that so? MD?
Concur.
Yes. So if they borrowed 2.3 million of the customer deposits, then they are compliant with the regulation, because the budget that you said is 100 million. That would then mean that it's less than 5%, because that would be 2.3%, simple math. However, the auditor raised the query that the global figures of 16 million is the outstanding customer deposit, where a variance of 13 million could not be verified. So whether it was something that was inherited, that was not borrowed by you, the company is a going concern. It doesn't start when you got there 2 years ago. The company is a company that runs, whether you are there today or not, it doesn't cease by the change of leadership. So it means that globally, this company owes a customer deposit of 16 million. I want that to be very clear. It doesn't matter whether you did not borrow that financial year. In fact, if you had fiduciary discipline, you wouldn't borrow another 2 million where unverifiable borrowing of 13 million has occurred. So henceforth, globally, you still have a debt to the customer deposit of 16 million, which is 16%. Are we very clear there? So it is way above the 5%, and it must be sorted. So the first rule is you borrowed against an existing debt that was already high, and then number two, you cannot continue borrowing up until that 16 million is sorted. You are 2.3 million plus the global and variable billion of 13 million that is already existing. That difference must be sorted. And I wanted to make that clear, because I will be recommending to Chair when we retire to write our reports that there is no way we allow you to borrow another shilling out of this. And you must also give us a timeline that this 13 million must be able to be paid and be done with. Chair, I rest my case on that customer deposit issue.
Chair, thank you. Thank you, Eddie, for assisting in that, because to me, I was not really happy when you said it is less than 5%, and yet the report of the Auditor General shows very clearly the variance in the bank statement. Two, if a customer now withdraws from the services and comes back and says they demand for their money, what will happen? So, Governor, please, this money should be refunded within the period that the law says.
Very well. Governor, you can respond to that.
Chair, when I started in my opening remarks, I specifically was about this non-revenue water, because this is where I feel we are making all the efforts. But after we produce the water, we are losing more than half of the water. So as a government, we are wondering how can that be possible? And that's why I raised this issue. And I'm happy I have got some direction on what should be done. But this is where the problem is. As a government, for us, we are committed to ensure that our people get water. In fact, in my manifesto, the CIDP, that's what I said, that in my 10-year tenure, I should be able to provide water to everybody in Vihiga. We are depending on Viwasco to do that, and we've been supporting the company. But as long as we still have this non-revenue water, Chair, is something that is worrying, because we seem to be putting in more money. But now, if you work out, in the last, when we came here, the non-revenue water was 30%. If you check your records, if you ask it was 30. So we were only just 5% shy away from what is recommended. But you can see we have moved now from 30 to 44. meaning that something is not right. So this is the directive you have given, that we put up an audit team to look at this billing system. I think I'll be able to do it as soon as possible. And I'm happy, Chair, we have now a board that is chaired by a young person who is also a CPA person, and he understands these things well. So I hope with the support of the board, we should be able to see how do we resolve this matter. As regards to our effort as a government to provide water to the people, apart from VWASCO, we have programs which focus on community water projects. And Chair, as you already know, we have so many community water programs that are ongoing, that are being supported by the climate change initiatives under the World Bank funded FLOCA program. And we are putting more than now 24 community projects that are working and people are getting water. We have qualified to access to 130 million shillings under a project called K-Wash, which is also a World Bank funded program, and we will be getting that money. So we are committed to it, but we would like, even under K-Wash, VWASCO was supposed to qualify to get some money from it. But because they didn't meet the requirement, they failed to get. So I want to confirm that we are on track on provision of water to the people of Vihiga, but VWASCO must come out of where we are for us to move forward.
Very well. Honorable members, we are 10 minutes away from the next meeting, and yet we are supposed to go for a brief lunch. So I will request that we adjourn. Maybe I will only give the governor 1 minute to make final comments, and then we treat what he has said as final comments. Okay, so we will adjourn. I just want to encourage Governor that so far your efforts as directed by this committee to try and revive this company are noticeable, but we want a lot more effort to be done around the issue of non-revenue water, and also the issue of last mile connectivity, which we have been talking about, so that the people of Vihiga have water in their homes. And I know that the Belgium, the so-called Belgium program, just needs some little money to implement that last mile connectivity, so that our people have water, clean and safe water in their homes. Lastly, I think the issue of sanitation, the sewage, it's a matter that requires attention by the county government, because the entire Vihiga county does not have a sewage system. And as we move towards urbanization, it's going to become a very serious issue. In fact, the other day I was looking around and I saw housing program by the affordable housing. The buildings are being set up, but there is no sewage. So we are going to have a scenario where we are going to have affordable housing, but with septic tanks, and that's very undesirable for that. So I think as you move forward, I think you need to start thinking about how to set up sewage system for the county, so that we take advantage of this affordable housing program and other programs that will come. Otherwise, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing these issues that members have raised being addressed. Safe journey back home to Vihiga County. So the meeting is adjourned. Honorable members will come at 2:30. We will give you a break of 30 minutes. 2:30.
Gracias.